It's about that time. It's 2022, and the return of the St. Kitts Music Festival will be the best one yet.
Yo, what's up? This is Wale.
This is Popcorn.
It's your girl Keisha Cole.
Mastica there.
That's right.
Lucas H.E.
Sean Party Girls are overall.
And they will be joining Bungie and Fayan, Nadia Batson, Voice, Lyrical, Grandmaster, Small X Band, New Vibes International, Maxi Priest, Anthony B, Shaniel Murr, Imark, Highlight, Dijour, Beres Hammond, Christopher Martin, Vinal Powell, Jada Kingdom, Ashanti, Byron Messiah, and Rutimi. Join thousands of music fans from Thursday, June 23rd to Saturday, June 25th for this year's St. Kitts Music Festival. Get your tickets at www.stkittsmusicfestival.com.
Collect, share, and win with Coca-Cola. Here's your chance to win one Sony PlayStation 5 when you enjoy a Coca-Cola or a Coca-Cola No Sugar 591 ml. Collect the specially marked labels and spell the word MAGIC. Submit the labels in an envelope with your name, address, and contact information and drop in entry boxes provided at major supermarkets. 12 lucky winners can also win great weekly prizes and free Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola, real magic. See press or online for more details.
All right, welcome back, and we do apologize for our late start this morning with our fire discussion. For those of you online viewing, I do not know where the fire is. I'm hoping it's not at ZIZ, but Timothy is in gear this morning.
Oh yes.
His helmet is on. What do you call that? Your coverall? What do you call that, sir?
Bunker gear. It's a bunker gear jacket.
Bunker gear jacket. Mm-hmm. He has his gloves.
No bottom. This is just my regular bottom.
Oh, okay. We'll find out why he's
exactly.
dressed in his
There's a reason.
in his attire this morning. Let me bounce over to the family, man. Good morning to you. How you doing this morning?
Morning, GQ. I am well. I am good, sir.
Yes.
I am well.
Yes. I think you're the star this morning. If anyone is watching on Sunday, I'll leave it there.
Yes, please do.
Let's start our conversation for today.
Okay, so again, good morning, you listening audience. We are indeed happy to be here again. So what we intend to speak about this morning is a phenomenon that occurs in some stages of fires. Now what we're going to talk about is a phenomenon known as backdraft. We decided to speak about this topic because it is possible that owners, property owners, companies might encounter something like this, and we chose to basically sensitize persons of some of the things they need to look for when there's a possibility of a backdraft. Now, what a backdraft is a phenomenon where you have a fire inside a building, but the building is locked, closed down, tight enough to prevent oxygen from getting into the building. So the fire inside uses up all the oxygen that is inside the building. So it remains in somewhat of a smoldering stage, but it is getting hotter by the minute. Superheated gases and so start to form inside that building. So the backdraft is an air-driven event. Unlike we also have what is called a flashover that is caused by heat. It's a thermal event. And the backdraft is usually defined by a sudden introduction of oxygen or deflagration, or you have an explosion per se. From the sudden introduction of oxygen into a ventilation limited space containing unburned fuel and gases. What happened in this type of scenarios is because you have no there's no ventilation, there's no way for oxygen to come in. The gas is inside, you have unborn fuel, you have superheated gases. So you have the fuel and you have the heat, but you don't have the oxygen. And a fire needs R3 in order to burn. Okay? Now, why persons need to know this is so that they know, one, how to or not to approach these type of situations. Because what happens is that once you make an opening in the wrong place, it could allow for that superheated gas and unborn fuel to be fed with this sudden rush of oxygen. And we will give you some, I'll turn the indications of backdraft over to Mr. Martin, who is properly dressed and ready for a backdraft. And so
I get it now.
What you have happening, there's a sudden rush, a sudden introduction of oxygen mixed with superheated gases and unborn fuels. You have an explosion. What I would like is if we were actually able to show them a video of what that actually looks like, opposed to just saying it, because what it looks like is nothing close to what we are trying to express. So in most cases what happens, the air rushes in, the fire breathes that oxygen in, and everything is combined, and what you have is an explosion. A serious explosion. As a matter of fact, in some cases it's like a big fireball. You ever got Dragon Ball Z? When Goku power up and yeah, it's like that.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Huge fireball just forming and just exiting the building.
Wow.
So once you are in front of that, it literally
blast you away.
Pushes everything away that is in front of it. The front of the house, the doors, the firemen, everybody that is in line with that backdraft will be damaged or injured. The house, the front, it might leave a huge opening if it's a wooden house. If it's a concrete, house, it might not push the wall down, but it will do some considerable damage when that blast is exiting the building. So what we're going to do, we're going to basically give some indications, things that you need to look for whenever there's a potential possibility of a backdraft. So Mr. Martin will basically go through some of the indications of a backdraft.
But before we go there, just to add a bit more to what was said. Now, when the fire is burning inside, it is burning through the contents of the structure, and it uses up oxygen as it burns. So when the oxygen is limited in the room now, the fire starts to die down. It died down, however, the intense heat that it would have already generated inside of the structure is there, and the pressure in which occurs, hot air rises, and if it rises, there is no ventilation, then that pressure stays in there and continues to build. But as the fire dies down, it lacks oxygen now. So it is hungry for that oxygen. It's like it eats, right? It eats. Oxygen is its food. So when someone now ventilate improperly, meaning just open a door, open a window without proper consideration, then with that sudden rush of oxygen that the fire desperately needed, you would have that explosion that Mr. Williams spoke about.
And all that happened in a matter of seconds.
In a matter of
split seconds, actually.
Okay, go ahead, before I jump into my questions.
All right, so the signs of backdraft. Now, one of the most telltale signs for me you would see is the color of smoke. One is the color of smoke. You would have grayish, yellowish smoke emitting from the house. It's not going to be directly, it's not whitey gray, but more of a darker gray.
Can we say unusual smoke?
You could say unusual smoke. Depending on what is burning, it gives off different colors. So if you notice, sometimes there might be a fire at the landfill. If there is the tires and them that are on fire, you would see some dense black smoke emitting. For a normal structure, the smoke might not be that black. You would see some black smoke, but it wouldn't be as black. So it all depends on what is burning. The the word escapes me, but different types of plastic materials and so that is burning would cause the different colors in the smoke.
Hence why you will see either gray or the different type of colors.
Right.
Okay.
Now, because the structure is lacking oxygen, you might see some smoke coming out of the structure and sucking back in. You follow me?
I'm trying to picture it. Pardon, I'm trying to see
picture it at the same time.
Smoke leaving the building and going
it's
back.
leaving, and then you might see some sucking back in through whatever cracks and crevices. That is a clear indicator that, hey, this fire or this structure is lacking oxygen, and anytime the reintroduction of oxygen, you would have a possible backdraft surfacing. Smoke-stained windows, because of the unburned particles that are within the structure, it causes a lot of soot to form on the glass. So that is another indicator. The rattling, because of the pressure that is going to be within the structure, you would have more of like a rattling effect happening on glasses and things like that.
How do we deal with that now? That's the question.
Well, before we go into that,
okay.
The last thing, you wouldn't see any visible flames. So as long as you're seeing flames within the building, it tells you that the fire is getting enough oxygen. When it is starved of oxygen, the flame would die down. So you won't see that visible flame.
In a case where the fire, you can see the fire, would you still have a backdraft? Is it possible?
Once you see, like I said, once you see the flame, you wouldn't have that
immense buildup of pressure.
Not the immense buildup of pressure. It means that oxygen is still there to fuel the fire. But once you see, you recognize, hey, you might look through a window and you're not seeing any flames. You're just seeing the smoke and the telltale signs of the sounds and the smoke coming back in the building through the cracks and crevices. Then that's a telltale sign.
How do you deal with this now? Do you call the fire station? What do you do in a case like this?
Well, obviously you should call the fire department. Now, how we deal with possible signs of backdraft is by proper ventilation. You first, the best option for ventilating would be from a vertical standpoint, ventilating from a roof if possible. If that is not possible and you have to do some sort of horizontal ventilation, it is best to do it at the highest point. That would cause the toxic air and gases and so that is more centralized to the roof to start to escape. rather than on the lower level like where we can stand. Opening there would be like more to where the fire is located. So if it's not a roof ventilation, then at least the highest point on the vertical side you would ventilate, and it would be against the wind. It would be on the leeward side of the wind, not the windward side.
Which is why location of fire is critically important as well.
An assessment.
Yes, because if you don't know where the fire is, then you will not know where to properly ventilate. You might just go and ventilate, and you ventilate exactly where the fire is, and you cause a backdraft. So one of the things we practice is that you don't throw water before you see flames. Yeah?
Okay.
Because this is smoke. Of course, if there is smoke, it means that something might be burning. But if you cannot see the flames to know exactly where the water is going, then all you're doing is causing water damage. You flood the house, but up until this point, you haven't thrown one drop of water on the fire because you can't see any flames. So we sort out, because which is why ventilation would become priority over extinguishment, because you can't see flames. So what you need to do is ventilate, and what ventilation does, it creates visibility. It increases visibility, because what you have now is all of this thick smoke from onboard fuel and that type of stuff, and especially if the glass has smoke stain, you can't see through the glass, so you can't see anything. All of this starts to leave the building, creating, visibility. It also decreases the pressure inside the room, because we have all of these gases now moving, being released from the building, which reduces the chances of backdraft. So whenever you're ready to enter the building at the lower level, the pressure has reduced, the heat level has reduced, there is better visibility, so the potential for backdraft has been significantly decreased, if not eliminated. So it's a very, how should I put it? It's something that you really, really need to be careful of. So for our business, our homeowner, the best option is to call us. But there are some persons who, depending on what's happening in their house, the child might be in the house, however the case is, they might just, the first thing should be, oh, my child, and they just run and poof, and then you cause
another scenario.
Let's
take a call here, gentlemen. Hi, good morning.
Yes, good morning. Rumpel, Timothy, JQ.
Yes, good morning.
Yeah. In relation to ventilation, apart from the vertical, is there any thing that you can use to assist ventilation during that time?
Thanks for your question. Gentlemen?
Ventilation can be mechanical, it could be hydraulic. Mechanical wise, we have equipment at the station that could assist with the ventilation, like extractor fans that sucks the smoke and hot gases and so out, and emit them out into the open. You also have what is called hydraulic ventilation, which is where you use water. In most cases, you use hydraulic ventilation, when you're already inside the building. So you turn your pattern, which is a fog, like a cone, out basically towards the opening. And once you start to spray, what happens, the forward motion, it sucks. When the water is going this way, it sucks the smoke in, it sucks the heat in, it sucks all the gases in and push them out.
Okay.
Out into the open.
Like a tunnel.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So those are two of the options we have. But for getting in, you will mostly use the mechanical ventilation first, which is the extractor fan. After you would have made a proper opening, it assists and it speeds up the ventilation process. Opposed to just leaving it to naturally ventilate.
Okay. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, gentlemen. How are you all doing?
We're doing okay.
Well, Okay, then. I just want to make sure you all still on the club. I must say I am listening to this program, and this program is so educational. Because in relation to what you all are speaking about, you know what I mean, about this backdraft and the pros and the cons, I wasn't aware of so many things. And that's why I try to listen to this program today is what, Tuesday? You there?
Yes, we're listening.
That's why I try my best to listen it, because when you all come on, it's obvious you all are knowledgeable about what you all are speaking about, and for the general public, it is so, you know what I mean, that we can listen and find out things that we wasn't aware of. So guys, I just want to wish you all, you know what I mean, all the best. You know what I mean, I like the way you all collaborate, you and your colleague, so you know what I mean, you all assist each other, and just work together and bring us the information which is timely and vital. At the same time, I want to appeal to the general public, because I know it is challenging for you all right now in relation to how dry the place is, and it is a lot of burning of bushes or whatever the person are doing. It is creating a serious problem, especially in the Sunny Point area where I'm living. It's basically every day we have to deal with this lot of smoke and fire, and I know it can't be easy for you all because of the water shortage and so on. So I'm just appealing to persons to desist from that practice. Gentlemen, continue to go from strength to strength. Have a good day.
I want to thank you twofold. First, for the compliment of the collaboration between me and my coworker, and also for the appealing to the general public to desist from such practices. Thank you very much.
All right, we're going to make that our final call, and I'll let you all wrap up now. Oh, wait. You haven't touched base on this outfit you're wearing this morning, and why?
Oh, yes. Well, Mr. Williams, I think, touched it based on the topic that we were talking about, backdraft. Now, when we deal with backdraft, we have to be properly suited. All right? And by properly suited, I mean wearing our full PPEs. This is not the full gear. We need the heat hood. There is a heat hood. And I would obviously need my BA set, my breathing apparatus, you know, to be complete, and my trousers, of course.
And this is fireproof?
To a certain extent.
Okay.
Well, it's not fireproof. It just stands up to heat a little bit longer. If it's exposed to flames, it will burn.
It will, right.
But it burns slower than your normal clothes because it really is supposed to withstand heat, but it will not stand up to open flames. It will burn.
Okay.
It will burn. So this is just to protect us from the excessive heat, and sometimes the water when it gets to the fire, sometimes if you're dealing with a fire in the roof, the water is so hot when it comes back down, sometimes it drop on you, so you have that to protect you from that type of stuff. The heat would also protects the open areas like your neck, side of your face, and so forth. So that the public is not confused, this is not a backdraft suit. It's not a backdraft suit.
Okay.
This is our turnout gear. This is what we respond to for emergencies.
It protects us.
That's our protective clothing.
Okay. All right. Thank you for clearing that up. Thank you. Gentlemen, thank you for sharing the information as usual. Anything you want to add before we leave? Timothy, you had that look on your face. So that was just a look.
That was just a look.
He had the look. But I will want to appeal again and to join our good friend to appeal to the public, because especially yesterday we had a rough time yesterday. I mean, fires at the landfill, and while you're at the landfill we get a call in Palmetto Points. While you're at Palmetto Points you get another call in the same area, and then you have a call in Newton Ground, and you have a call in Halfway Tree. So I have to have Tabernacle to go around to Newton Ground and Sandy Point come to Palmetto Points, because we're still on the landfill, and at one point all 3 trucks was in Bastille.
Wow. So
yesterday was really hectic and it was really rough. So I want to appeal to the public to at least assist us in the spreading of these fires, and do not light any fires, especially around this time. It is dry, it is hot, we have water shortage at the time. So we have to take all of these things into consideration. So please help us. Of course, we know that there might be, which is real. Let me leave it as that.
Yes.
Help us.
Thank you, gentlemen, for being here, and look forward to next week's conversation. Timothy?
Looking forward to it again.
I think this suit took over Timothy's speech this morning.
Yeah.
Have a good day, guys.
Same to you, JQ.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. We'll be back right after this.
No long ATM lines to withdraw cash. Use your national debit or black cards to complete a wide variety of transactions at supermarkets, variety stores, gas stations, pharmacies, and more. Shop online at the most popular websites and stores for quality brands using your national debit or black cards. And take back your time to enjoy all the things that you love to do. Remember, instead of waiting in long ATM lines to withdraw cash, use your national bank cards today.
National Bank, always here.
Mommy, remember you told me if I pass all my exams, you would buy me a brand new laptop computer, a cell phone, and a PlayStation 4? Well, here are the results.
Wow, son, you did great. But where can I find all these stuff at affordable prices?
Smart Electronics, Mommy. They have stuff for the entire family. They have washing machines, cell